for the month of February 2025. And I just want to welcome you all and those that are returning for sure. Just want to get right into the read. So, again, how I do my readings, this is not going to speak to all of you, resonate. Take it only as it resonates, as they say. And certainly, just want to make mention as well that some of you may be going through this energy, some of you may have just a residual, and it'll be sort of something you're kind of in the middle throes of and further out. But either way, you have actually quite a successful month. I would say that the bigger energy for the month of February, however, still speaks to you being in a space of transitioning out of something. So, I mean, the biggest energies here that I see definitely speaks to you conquering something. You definitely have some kind of a victory here over a tower moment or something of a bit of a chaotic situation. However, and I'm going to say that comes out in a repeating number of cards. So that victory seems to be pretty significant here. In terms of your finances, it looks like things are still in a little bit of a pause mode, still moving in a very favorable mode, and definitely over the long haul, you have a significant change of events in terms of your finances. In terms of, and again, I'm going to go through this. This is just the general synopsis first. We also have cards a little further over here that kind of speak to, and even though I don't have everything fully pulled out here, I will bring them forward here. But in terms of a relationship, it still speaks to there being something here about you kind of focusing on you right now. Like I said, you have a Wheel of Fortune card, which I have not pulled everything forward here just for lack of space, but definitely does indicate huge transitions that you're going through. The transition is the biggest energy out here. That is the Death card, and of course that is where we're going to start. So everything else seems to be going in a very positive direction. But like I said, this could be, you could be dealing with Scorpio energy here as well. But I feel like there has been something possibly where you feel like there has been some kind of challenge for you on a few different fronts. I would say emotionally, financially, for sure, is what's coming up here. I would say that you're pushing through okay. There's nothing there that indicates anything that is stymied, but I definitely feel like there might have been some challenges in around your finances, like I said, because that's a deep transition. It is right under the Knight of Pentacles, is right under the Death card. So that could be something that you want to just take a look at, but that is all going to change, just so you know further out. It is the clarifier versus the main energy. So the main energy, again, is the Death card is the biggest major arcana. So we are speaking to some big event or situation or circumstance in your life that you find yourself in that you're growing from. So again, things won't be the same again because you're in a period of deep transition. And it seems like there's been some, really negative things that have caused some of these changes to take place. And even in terms of a victory, it's like a hard-won victory. As far as, letting go of the old situations, I feel like your life is going to start to improve again over time here as well. But there's something here about, the potential has been painful, and you're still in a process of letting go of some things, operating very individually, very, soul sort of centered energy here. But either way, it's like you're in a space of letting go of a lot of things that have been a blockage for you. So again, a lot of things I feel, kind of in around your independence, your finances, your things that represent your, your metamorphosizing in around the space of, like I said, Nine of Pentacles. So it's in around the things that help you to feel independent in the world. This could also indicate employment areas that have been of challenge, things about self-reliance where you haven't really been able to rely on yourself in the ways that you'd hoped. Independence wasn't really there, but that you're going through all of that right now. So I just want you to know that further out, you have a lot of, there's legacy money in here. There's definitely more familial kind of connections here as well. I feel like that is all going to change for you because there's so much that's kind of starting to beautify within you that's going to manifest externally over time here. But you have the Wheel of Fortune here as well. So there's luck around you that is helping to kind of steer you or navigate you in the right direction. So like I said, you're in deep connection with things right now. You're undergoing some big change. It's a breakthrough moment, I feel, that is coming through here, and it's kind of a master over your mind. But there's definitely something about having a higher understanding of things as well, even though this has been a very solitary, isolating sort of path for you at this time. And it will continue into February, but this is you being your own best friend. But this is what you need to do and able to have healthy relationships. If you end up with taking on too much, bringing people around you to distract you, then you don't really get a chance to work through, the shakeups or the things that you're trying to achieve within. So, because they take your time and energy away from those things. So either way, Six of Wands, we're going to start it off with that. So again, a lot of really good cards here, but even in terms of a relationship, feels like that's on pause right now for the month of February. I have also asked about a significant connection to you. It doesn't have to be romantic in this particular instance. That is also metamorphosizing. There's also some kind of big changes um, in around a father figure as well. Big changes that you're trying to deal with that. But we'll go into all of that here in just a second. So again, it could be fire or water sign for whoever that resonates for, but that seems to be prominent. All right, so going right into the Six of Wands. This is the victory card, but it's not only just the victory card, it is also a victory in a couple of different ways. It's almost like there's one now and then there's something a little further out. That could be in and around an air sign, which would be Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. But the Six of Wands speaks to something of a successful completion, something you're getting some attention for. There's something here that kind of speaks to knowing your worth, or, you know, standing up for yourself in some way. And possibly there was some kind of an argument or something that was a little bit destabilizing. But I feel like there is a new chance for that to change here, because the Ace of Cups, there's an extension of goodwill, there's an extension of a new beginning. So again, I feel like you are also conquering something within yourself, even on a spiritual level, where something is accelerating being in this reading. Again, there is strong energy of still being in deep contemplation, but I feel like you have all of the things that you need to get past whatever this is, or whatever was, you've got to resolve, or some kind of answer for something here. Now, the Six of Wands and the Tower. Now, that one in itself, it does kind of speak to a bit of an unsettling sort of energy here, but I mean, that is not necessarily anything of extreme consequence, but together it does show that there is some kind of a contrast. So you're blending success with some kind of sudden change. There is something here that speaks to, again, achievement and recognition, and you're overcoming challenge. But you're also having people notice that your efforts are making progress. So something that you're doing is making progress, which is kind of unexpected progress. So it feels like it's something along that line, even though it might be a little bit more dramatic and unsettling in the way that you make this progress. But I feel like it is something that was, again, an unexpected change around, you know, a wake-up call that forced you to come up with an answer or conclusion. So there's a successful end to whatever your position is. You're in a better position because of it. So I want you just to remember that this shift that you're going through is definitely one that is very positive. And you do have so many cards that speak to, again, positive shifts here as well, and making wiser decisions. The Six of Wands, again, is a triumph over something that you've been working on. So whatever, you're able to take pride in, or whatever you have been working on, just know that that is allowing you to shine because of some kind of truth that's being revealed, or clear on how to overcome something. You're using your logic over your emotion. You're communicating more clearly, and you're doing so in such a way that you're more rational in how you approach something. So with that Ace of Cups, again, following up here, is just a beautiful combination of a new emotional beginning, deeper feelings. Again, could be dealing with Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy here as well. But there's deeper feelings, there's spiritual growth, and it's a fresh start. So you have a deeper connection because of that Tower moment. So despite whatever this was, and again, it feels like it. I don't know that I feel it so much necessarily in the past, although it could be. But I did pull some more clarifier on that one as well, and around the Tower moment, and it came up with also of Wands. And we also had, again, your persevering energy to get through something is changing things up. That's why you also have the Six of Wands. And you also have persevering energy with the Strength card all around the Tower moment. And you have moving into the Three of Wands, and I'll go through what these all mean with the Three of Pentacles. So again, like you are upscaling something, there is a higher level of maturity that is coming through, but it's through a collaboration or connection to other people. So again, Tower and the Nine of Wands, that is almost a conclusion of things. And with the Strength card, it's like you just have to push through something a little bit more, and then you're on the other side of it. So with the Three of Wands and that Three of Pentacles, you are just about to upscale and move something into a better direction. So the change is here. The transformation is here. The victory is here. So again, whatever this little bit of a disruption or unexpected event was, just know that you are ultimately on the other side of it going forward. Even though something that's a little bit uncomfortable, you know, feeling as though you're kind of tired of the struggles, and that's really where we're at when we get to the Nine of Wands. Tired of the struggle, tired of everything being so tough, especially, you know, but you pushed forward, and that's the victory. You've pushed through it, you've pushed forward, you know, whatever the chaos was in your life where you were feeling out of control, that's changing. You know, it's, you know, the real strength comes from within. And that's also why we have the card of the Strength. So the real energy, the real strength comes from within. It's not external to us. You are facing your challenges, wrestling with your emotions. And because you end up with Three of Wands, this is all further out energy though, so you're kind of working through it at this time in February. It does indicate that you're now waiting, or you will be waiting for those efforts to sort of allow you to explore things, and it's more forward thinking. So you're waiting for your efforts. There's a bit of a pause with that card as well. But even with the Three of Pentacles, you could be, you know, dealing with someone who you consider a mentor, somebody that is more skilled than you, but either way, it's helping to upscale you in some way through careful effort. You're putting everything together. So for me, this feels like you've navigated through a storm very successfully. You know, you were able to stay calm, position yourself in a better spot here, and through collaboration or teamwork, you know that you're getting things done, and you are harnessing the right partnerships to be able to make something last. There's a lot of progress despite, again, that chaos, but it's going to help you to help the efforts to pay off in the, obviously, over the long term in a productive way. But right now, big transformation is where you're at, and I feel like there could be just, again, there could be something a little bit more in it as far as Tower moment with the victory. So it's almost like, because the Six of Wands does sort of put you on the map, Six of Wands and the Tower, it feels like it's something emotionally that you had to you were challenged by, that you are, yeah, it feels like it's an emotional challenge overall in the month of February that kind of pushes you into a position of significant change. Like I said, it seems a little unsettling, whatever it is, how it impacts you, but then you get some kind of recalibration and growth out of it in the end of it. And then you have this new beginning with the Ace of Cups. And it's almost like the universe is going to bring that in for you as a bit of a reward. So it's something that you may not see coming here, but it's something that definitely does speak to, you know, something very yeah, very, very positive. So again, that's a little bit further out. It is a clarifier, but it is a new beginning, and it's an emotional restart in some way. Yeah, either way, like I said, you have a deeper understanding of something because of that new emotional clarity with the um, Ace of Swords as well as the Ace of Cups. You've got more emotional clarity, even though there's a feeling of intensity around it. That's what I'm feeling. It's more of an intensity, maybe a bit of an argument of some sort, but it'll be more fulfilling in the long run. Okay, so now we're getting into transformation card, which is the Death card. So that is you metamorphosizing. And that is with the Nine of Pentacles. So that's pretty incredible combination. Again, it's dealing with your finances, dealing with your resources. It's dealing with self-sufficiency, independence, material comfort, all of that. So it feels like you are now in a space where you're going through that process of personal transformation to lead you to more independence and fulfillment. And I feel like, you know, this is you having to let go of the old habits, but you're dealing with it from a mature perspective. because that it's followed up by a card of your strength, your inner fortitude. So it feels like you will get some kind of a reward for the hard work and a deeper sense of peace and self-worth and financial stability, as well as feeling a personal achievement out of this, because you are putting yourself in a better position because you are undergoing the death card, which is the change. And again, it's further out. It's not just lasting into February, because you also have cards that sort of speak to that same energy here with the death card there. So guys, 2 more seconds. I'm a bit hypoglycemic. Must drink the coffee. I will also pull some cards here with the Return of Spirit. But like I said, I just feel overall you're in a really good position to make some big life-changing new you sort of energy. And when I say new you, it's not you forget the old self, it's that you take those lessons with you. And so presented with new, because we're always going to have problems, always, that life is just loaded with problem after problem. The whole point is be creative and find solutions. The more creative you are, the better the solution. But either way, this is a card of rebirthing and emerging as some part of yourself that's stronger versus something that was weaker. So I feel like this is energy around surrendering to that transition, because this is the next evolution of yourself, and you're kind of moving into it with ease is what I see here. Even though, except initially, there is that tower moment, but then it's like you move into this with ease. So it's almost like you can rest and release and transform into this person after this initial tower moment. But again, the new life is right here. It's in all the cards. Like I say, Nine of Pentacles, that is the biggest energy out here. But again, Nine of Pentacles kind of speaks to that energy as well. Having to really go the distance with something, based on feeling very rich or wealthy in a way. And I don't mean necessarily having lots of money, but feeling as though you have the resources available to you so you can make intentional plans towards something, because you have a lot of money and things like that are supporting you along this journey. So it feels like you'll be able to enjoy the success further out, because so many of the cards speak to everything supporting your changes. The money is there, or will be, there to support the changes. And even with the King of Cups energy here, this all speaks to the same. This is that energy of being, in control of oneself, mature, emotional energy, really thinking things through. Could also be dealing with somebody who has that same sort of energy as well. But either way, I mean, it's just really good cards of stability and change. And hi there, Sigma. Yeah, no, good to see you guys there. But yeah, like I said, I mean, we are dealing with a lot of really good energy, despite that initial going into February sort of moment of, heightened emotions. But then it's like everything sort of further out kind of gains some rebalancing. I am very well. I was going to say, any questions you have, throw it up there, and I will answer those just at the end, of course, but I don't want to confuse the reads. But on this one, again, with the King of Cups, I mean, this is you having a solid, you've got more solid boundaries. You do act very independently. You're your own counsel, you're 100% being guided, and this is something that is definitely, to your advantage, because you do have the ability to create greater joy that comes from within, is what those cards suggest. Now we're moving into the card of the Seven of Wands. And again, this is kind of, I'll recap here a little bit as well. But when we're moving into the Seven of Wands, you are really courageous. You have really been able to, withstand some changes and some hard work. And I do feel like, again, nothing without a fight, of course, and I don't mean fight necessarily physical, but I mean certainly in a space of having to be resilient, take fast action, and then of course you have the victory. But there is also part of Ten of Pentacles. So there is a family dynamic that is also undergoing huge changes here, because you also have the Death card there as well. Your own finances morphosizing as well in that same respect. But it hasn't been an easy one. This tells me that the challenges have been met with feeling like nobody really won, as though the battles were just for the sake of battling. But either way, I just feel like if you did feel like you were attacked from all sides or from familial dynamics, that kind of thing, know that everything is undergoing some really amazing changes. Um, like I said, the energy that I get here seems to be contemplative and very internal, for a lot of it. The victory that you get here somehow, I don't know what that victory is at the beginning of the month, but it definitely speaks to something that is going to make a big difference in your life anyway, either way. But again, there is definitely something here of a change, that will disrupt things initially, or an unexpected change that I didn't think, or you didn't think, was going to be coming out here. I also want to cover okay, so if we go into the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, again, this is long-term energy, something that's a little bit further out. Does feel like it's a resilient energy and around your finances. Definitely speaks to striving for long-term success and stability. I feel like that is a lot of your contemplation is kind of in around a few different areas there around that stability. So again, it's particularly in areas of family and legacy and wealth and stability, anything that accumulates over a period of time. But there is financial security here. These are clarifiers. This is further out energy. You're almost in it. So there's something here that could be coming through, that's going to be have a much more lasting, meaningful, energy around it. And again, it's very close to your personal life. And I feel like it's going to help secure your future and build on something that will last for generations. That's what that is. And of course, the Ten of Pentacles is all about, what you're working towards. It's all about things that you value. It's all about things that you believe. It's long-term stability. So it's really, really getting clear on what it is for stability and your values, and able to move this forward. But Seven of Wands definitely speaks to really enduring this period. So you're in a good space there, doing so much work on yourself, because again, it's all about spirituality and wisdom with the sevens. Sorry, guys. The other part of it is here again, even with the Seven of Wands, it is spiritual maturity as well, and especially when it's coupled with all of these other cards along the same line. I feel like you're being developed. You're choosing your battles wisely. You're not just arguing for the sake of arguing. Your beliefs might be tested and around this time, especially in around your values, belief systems, family, that kind of thing. There might be a little bit of that where there's some difference of opinion, but I still feel like overall everything kind of works out, over the long term, because it is working steadily toward the realization of something, is what that Seven of Wands is. And it definitely is going to be incorporating a certain level of skill, because you did have further out dealing with the Three of Pentacles, even though I don't see you directly dealing with skill set, more so around conquering your mindset. It's what seems to be the main focus here, but it is the ability to succeed and be in an advantageous position. And again, sorry guys, either way, I feel like you're meeting the challenges in this period, and you're doing really well in successfully overcoming things. So again, I would say, I should even ask about maybe some health issues as well. But I do feel like this is huge transformation for you, and further out, and for the family, and for whatever family is for you. But that dynamic around finances, stability, all of that is going to be changing up ahead to a more positive. So there is a transition period, which you're currently in, which is going to extend probably into March here as well. But I feel like either way, the situations are improving as you go along. So it's going to be a lot of releasing and letting go. And that's what I see even with the Two of Swords there following that Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is still that card of building on something. So it's like you planted a few seeds out there that you're trying to get something to grow, even in terms of, seems to be more around the financial things, like you're really exploring different avenues there, and you have what it takes here. That's what the cards all say. You have what it takes, but this is still, your hard work is about to pay off, but you've almost planted some seeds. You've got some long-term view of things. It's sustainable for sure. You just have to persevere. Don't You're assessing your progress, and that there is going to be growth in this month, and you're taking some steps, but a lot of the steps, and they're very grounded for sure. I don't see a lot of direct action making significant. There is a little bit of action here, but I still feel like you're reevaluating a lot of things, especially how you're going forward in terms of a career possibly here as well. Sorry guys, 1 second. I should have eaten more today. Sorry, I'm a little hypoglycemic, so I have to eat on command. All right. So anyway, back to, whatever this is, there's a period of gestation to what it is that you're doing. Definitely going to be an accomplishment further out, but it's almost like you feel stuck with it, or you feel gridlocked, or you feel like you have to make a decision. Something is kind of, you've got something to work with, but it's sort of sitting in a bit of an idle period. There's a bit of stagnancy around it, which is still fine because there's so much around this gestation period of things that you're actually putting some really good ideas to use by exploring things. And that's where you're at right now. You're really focusing on your goals. You're really cultivating ideas primarily. And they're very grounded, very financially stable energies here that I see. So even in terms of, again, with that Seven of Pentacles energy, it feels like you will benefit from whatever it is that you're doing in this month. So keep going, because you're going to reach a better life for yourself here up ahead. Now, the Two of Swords does kind of speak to kind of a blocked energy. Like I said, it's only temporary, though, until you make a decision. But right now, you need to really explore and really do the research on things. And I feel like you have some ideas. Like I said, the seeds have been planted with a few of the things that you've got out there. So Two of Swords is going to be kind of breaking away and making a decision, probably a little further out. Because to me, you're in deep metamorphosis. You're getting a hold of grounding energy, finances. You're getting a hold of your emotional states. You might have some blocked emotions in regards to something that is that feels uncertain and around your finances. But this period of transition is going to help you to sort of weigh out those options. And I feel like that is going to make sure that you move ahead in a very stabilized kind of way, because the energies here all speak to stable energy, except for that initial period in beginning of February. Now, I'm going to go jump right into this is in regards to the emotional cards here for a relationship. This one is more romantic love relationship sort of oriented. It feels like you are, like I said, it doesn't feel like you're in that space that you're looking forward, but it seems like from a position of authority, you want control over your life first before you kind of move into anything else. Because the Emperor does represent as, a father figure or mature energy, or taking control of one's life, really focused, intent, following rules, and definitely tradition, not doing anything that's going to be, chaotic. It's somebody who is very careful about the decisions that they make. So even in terms of finances, you don't just start earning money, even though you are following impulses here, because the Emperor is that energy of being stable, representing as very focused intent. So when you're really focused on something, you get to the end of it a little bit faster, because you're not distracted with things. So again, I feel like this is a really good pace for you. The Three of Wands tells me there's a bit of a pause. Nothing's coming in just yet. These are all sort of further out energies. And even in terms of, romantic sort of health, which is kind of where I was going with that. This is older, wiser energy. This is somebody where if you're getting involved with somebody who is not in a relationship, it would be, you're looking forward in terms of a relationship. It feels like you are waiting until you're in a more confident, better version of yourself, where there is more stability for you. I don't feel like the chemistry would be immediate, that kind of thing. It feels like it'd have to be something that grows. So right now you're kind of creating a private little kingdom for yourself, and able to go forward. Again, even with Three of Wands, still feels like it's a little bit further out energy, but it's still in the domain of expanding. It's still growing. Feels like it's more growing you. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries could also be represented here as well. But in terms of a relationship, I feel like someone will appear in your life either through some kind of a casual meeting or something out with friends, but it's going to be a little further out. And it just feels like this could even be by water as well. But there's something here again about, because the Nine of Cups reverse does indicate that you're not really focusing on love at this time. Feels like that's a further out energy. Like I said, you are looking to the future. There is expansion and growth in around, relationships where you're exploring um, possibly new situations here again. But I still feel like you're kind of blocked emotionally here in some way, because you haven't had your desires filled in this area. So it feels like there is a bit of an emotional blockage. Something is a little bit unresolved, or you have had discontent in a relationship, for whoever this resonates for, unmet needs, that kind of thing. Or there hasn't been enough of a deep connection, or there's been some kind of underlying emotional disconnection. But either way, this is a reminder to look within to assess, where you're truly content. If you've got deeper desires or emotional needs that you're overlooking, you need to be able to identify those first before you can go forward and know how to identify if someone will meet your own needs. Because if you're going in with an open book saying, just fill my void, they're going to get what you get. You have to have a good sense of value, belief, and live by that and able to draw those things to you. Otherwise, you're going to let anybody in. So there's something here again about you're not focusing so much on that as your fulfillment. You're not chasing superficial pleasures or any kind of external validation in a physical way, I would say here. It just feels like you are in that space about looking at you and figuring out what makes you happy and fulfilled right now. So I do want to say, like I said, Three of Wands and the Emperor, it just feels like you're on it just feels like you're on a journey to really take control back in your life. You do want, because there is mature energy here. So, but again, you're still looking forward with more optimism, but it feels like you've been disappointed in the past with a relationship, so it wasn't able to move into a positive direction. But I feel like you are further out going to be envisioning, more of this, what you want in the future. And I feel like the right relationship will be on the horizon, but you've got to work through a certain blockage here first before you feel more secure. And it has to come from within. It feels like the security has to come from within. But again, and it feels like I would say that you are looking for someone who also has a sense of purpose. And I feel like you are trying to find your sense of purpose and able to kind of meet in the middle there, where someone is reliable, you're reliable, there's structure, and that you're ready for something long term. Sorry guys, but it feels like the Emperor kind of indicates there's a need for some kind of mutual respect, clear communication, more traditional approach to love or commitment, that kind of thing. So either way, I feel like it's really important for you to have a relationship that grows in a meaningful and stable way. And I feel like you're more hopeful of that, but it's not quite there. And I say that because the card that came out was the Hanged Man. So there's something here within you that has to change before you can move forward. So the Hangman does represent, you know, uh, taking a pause, taking a moment to reflect, on how you can sort of, how do you accept somebody, into your life on a romantic basis that also allows you to grow, because you want to know that the mindset is similar to your own, that there is going to be growth, not just in growth in what they want and what you want, as far as goals, but also growth in terms of what you value. Is it the same as what somebody else values? Do they both, do you both value tradition, that kind of thing? Do you both value growth mindset, or does somebody want something out of somebody else? Like you I feel like you want to control things at this point, and I think that's more about controlling oneself, but you're still in a place of needing to let go and surrender to the need to control everything and trust the process to a certain point. But I feel like things will unfold more naturally once you have a better sense of where you're at. So right now, it's almost like you need to gain a different perspective, because your mindset is kind of fixed on one particular area of how things didn't work, and what was wrong with you. And in fact, this isn't really about you, it's really about timing and like minded values. Do you have time for one another? Are you both in a space to contribute your best self? Things like that. So it's where you don't want to observe things by rushing in, or you don't want to rush in. You want to observe things from a space where you can actually heal, move slowly, and both move in a direction where things unfold naturally. And so then it feels like it feels right when it's something where there's growth. um Now, the other part of it, again, I mean, the Seven of Pentacles, like I said, last card out, the future plans at this point, but it's because you're getting right with you, what needs to happen. So that you know, you've got some choices up ahead here, probably just into March, but I feel like you're investing in you for a change. And by investing in you, you're evaluating your progress. You know, what did you do right or wrong? And I don't mean wrong in a relationship and other things. I mean, what could you have done, you know, that would have aligned you with the person that you feel you are. You know, if you're a giving person, you're going to want somebody who's just as giving to reciprocate. You don't want somebody who is closed off, you know, more focused on, you know, their own needs than yours. So you want to make sure that you are pausing, reflecting on the things that will align in terms of a relationship and even in terms of your long-term goals and values. Like I said, do you want a stable life? What are the jobs or the things that careers that offer more of a stable life? You know, what are the things that you can invest in to make yourself stronger? What skill sets can you acquire? You know, it's how do you make yourself the investment so that the results are worth it at the end of, you know, your progress? You know, how do you become the person you want to become? What does that look like? You know, do the pros and cons list. You know, are you showing up for yourself? Are you investing in yourself? You know, how can you be more how can you make sure that you achieve some each day in some small way so that you actually honestly make an effort to build you? So it's things like that. You're learning to invest in yourself here is what I would say. And because the direction I feel is a lot more certain going forward in the February. You feel a lot more confident in this energy, even though again there's that initial energy um, showing some uncertainty in the beginning. But last card's out. Okay, so we are Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Lover's card, and then we've got Eight of Pentacles and the Abundance card. So really amazing, 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 amazing cards. Wheel of Fortune, of course, is you have luck on your side. Doesn't mean it will that you can stop the difficulties, but it does mean that you will have more of an opportunity to veer it in your favor. So it does indicate what the situation, you know, it depends on what the situation is, of course, but there is still something here of a reminder that this is a cycle in your life that you need to go through. You know, life is in constant motion, situations, be they good or bad, it's still part of a larger cycle. And when things are going well, enjoy the moment. When things are tough and challenging, be creative, find your solutions. It's a sign that things are about to turn in your favor after a period of, you know, difficulty, I would say, especially around your resources as well. But there is luck. There is luck in your destiny. This is a turning point that you are going through right now. And again, there will be unexpected changes that bring opportunities because we're followed up with the Queen of Pentacles here. So again, Queen of Pentacles followed up by the Five of Wands. So you've definitely had some challenges in around the financial resource. Absolutely. But I definitely feel like all of that is going to be changing going forward. So just know that, you know, things are going to come down. What goes up comes down, what goes down comes up, you know, and so you're waiting for the next chapter to begin, basically. But I feel like you have to stay open and adaptable with the Wheel of Fortune, and it definitely is signs that things are shifting, and you should be ready to embrace that change. Now, the thing about the Wheel of Fortune is it is a longer term energy here as well, but the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Pentacles is using your resources wisely, not just spending for the sake of spending. It's actually looking at where you can put money in, what is a good investment, you know, especially when it comes to your stability, home, family, material well-being. All of that is about trying to balance things out in terms of your working finances, because that's going to create more emotional care for yourself and for others. And that is a practical, value. So it looks like you definitely value practicality, and able to, and manifest abundance, which is definitely coming in. But I also see that there's a lot of hard work of some sort that you're about to put in. I feel like this is a work situation as well. I might just ask if there's a job up ahead for you as well. But I still feel like there's something here about being nurtured and grounded, and having that energy around you. And especially with that combination, it's a period where life is shifting. You're entering into a position of strength, and then you can start to manage what comes your way. But take the moment while you have the moment to figure out where you could put money, because this is the calm before, the flux of things. Remain adaptable, open to changes. And if something ends really quickly, let it go so you can move on to the next thing, because you are in a significant period of transition. um I want to say, I mean, again, the Wheel of Fortune, that one was actually one of the main cards out here as well. So transition, Wheel of Fortune. And of course, you've got some kind of victory coming in here as well. But you have a connection to luck and destiny. So luck is riding with you due to sudden unexpected changes, which, could be around your belief systems or your lifestyle. But there's also an indicator that you might use a different method than you would, and able to accomplish all of this. I still feel very structured energy, but it's energy, something that you wouldn't have maybe thought about before. So, again, this could be even revolving around discovering your life purpose because of that Emperor and that Wheel of Fortune energy. But I feel like you're willing to go beyond your limits to achieve something now, or you're getting ready to. Sorry, must drink coffee. And it feels like there's a bit of popularity that kind of comes with this as well. But I feel like you are reevaluating things. Again, you're looking for, trying to pinpoint what is my true purpose. And sometimes a true purpose is, building a whole bunch of skills, and then you realize that all the things you had interest in, there it is. That's your true purpose, and you're able to put it into a particular goal that, required a lot of those skills. So again, there's something here about, using your resources wisely. And again, just trying to think. I mean, it does speak to more about you as well, like I said, in this period. So it's almost like there is some kind of, being flexible, even in terms of health, because the resources card, it kind of feels like there's been some difficulty around a connection for sure. I don't know, a big connect here with some challenges. There's jealousy, that kind of thing that's coming through here as well. Um, I'm going to ask a specific question in regards to health here as well. But there's some kind of partnership that just keeps coming through. Could have been around resources where there's been some kind of a challenge here as well. But there's definitely something that hasn't performed well as far as a partnership and, possibly finances. Okay, again, all of that's changing because we do have the Eight of Pentacles, and it's followed by the Empress card. So I'm just going to say you have, and this could be dealing, this is further out. Again, this is not immediate energy. The Wheel of Fortune is the immediate energy. So is the transition card, and then your victory. So something is going to be accomplished that's going to be pretty significant, move in your behalf here. But again, Eight of Pentacles, a little bit further out, clarifier, and it's with, the Empress. So it's definitely an abundant time for something that you have that's going to bring about a fair amount of money, or it's going to be around you either way. But this is progress, eventual reward, abundance, something paying off, something that you've nurtured, something that you're, putting a lot of hard work into. You're cultivating it with care. Again, it's all based around your belief systems and that kind of thing. And things around beauty seem to be important here further out. But you can expect further creativity and growth, and there's definitely going to be a sense of mastery, dedication to a craft of some sort. So you're definitely, this is further out energy. I'm going to read March for you because I think that's where that one's going to be headed. But I feel the work is really, your gestational energy is in the month of February, and it feels like March is going to be where you put in some hard work, focus, skill build, and that's where the real improvement is to develop that mastery. That's what I'm saying there. Let's just look at one more card for a few. Let's see how it goes. What is for February? What is the health card that's coming in? What does health look like for Cancer in the month of February? What does health look like in the month of February for Cancer? Okay, still looking at Seven of Pentacles. Why Seven of Pentacles? Very closed off energy, really contained, more debating about something, because the Three of Swords could be dealing with heart energy here as well. Is there going to be any issues around heart energy? Broken heart energy here as well. But what is the Three of Swords in terms of overall health? Yeah, feeling like a lack again, still with a partnership as well, and that's somehow influencing your overall health. So I would say that something about your connections to this particular partnership, that whatever this is, it's significant for you, that didn't feel like you measured up, or you didn't feel like there was a sense of lack, all of that, that's somehow impacting your health. But the Seven of Pentacles in terms of health definitely feels like you're assessing your progress, or you're in a point of stepping back about what you've, what your overall health is so far. So it feels like you might be devising some kind of a fitness plan, diet, dealing with mental health issues, but looking at your overall self-care and how it's come from a place of, lack, and moving into this space of, am I getting the results that I want? So you're evaluating what needs more attention, and then I feel like there could be more of a routine up ahead. I do feel like there could be a routine, because we have a lot of that Emperor energy in March, but it feels like you're not completely there yet. But it feels like with patience, I'm just going to ask a quick question. In March, will there be more attention to health matters? In March, will there be more attention to health matters? And it feels like it won't come immediately with that Seven of Pentacles, but yeah, you are considering something here. What is the Fool with the Page? That's for March in health. But right now you're sort of reevaluating things, assessing what it is that you can do in the areas of your health, that you could be adjusting or tweaking. That would include diet, exercise, sleeping patterns, stress management. You're looking at how to be honest with yourself and do more nurturing things for yourself. How do you come up for you? How do you prioritize your well-being and approach things? And it feels like it could be in more of a holistic, nurturing sort of way. But again, you're still evaluating that. But it definitely feels like you're in a space, very closed off sort of journey here for you. Again, the Four of Pentacles, does kind of speak to not quite in that space of taking action, but you're certainly holding on to some old habits that you need to kind of look at. I would say that there's something that you're holding on to out of fear or security that's restricting your growth here. There's a lack of flexibility in terms of your health. There's a fear of a change, to try something new. So again, I feel like but because we have the Emperor further out in March, that kind of thing with the clarifiers, it feels like you want to control every aspect of things, but you're hanging on to all these old habits and attitudes. In the month of February, there's still that energy, and so it's kind of limiting your growth. You need to have more adaptability and more flexibility. And especially when I see the Three of Swords in health, again, that still feels like it could be around a heart matter. It still feels like anything that deals with your emotions, and heart matter specifically, it does feel like that is impacting your health. So again, you need to address your emotional issues, which will deal with the mental pains, and that's why you're experiencing physical symptoms, because they're somehow all correlated for you. You have to heal the heart, the mind, and then you'll have the improvements to your physical health. That's when you'll start taking responsibility, giving yourself permission, to allow the healing process to unfold. So don't prolong the emotional pain, because it just impacts you negatively with your health, and healing is an important part of your physical recovery. So again, whatever you need to sort of heal, start to look for, there's things on YouTube as well that, there's a lot of psychiatrists, psychologists, and a lot of good information out there, as well as some, not so good, but there is some good information out there as well about how to heal the pain of relationships. There's some, relationship counselors out there as well. But like I said, you want to start looking at your deeper emotional journey. It's a time for you to reflect and learn, and sort of teach yourself some boundaries where it's difficult. And, you don't want to repeat the same mistakes. So again, how do you integrate the lessons and move forward? Um, And it's more about focusing on building trust with yourself here as well. All right, so we're going to pull another card here for what is the main energy? What do we need to focus on? Or what is actually maybe not what do we need to focus on? First off, what is the main energy out in February for Cancer? What is the main energy in February for Cancer to deal with? Storm. All right, guys, it looks like there is something. What is the storm coming in here? Storm and knowledge. Maybe you're getting information about something here that is destabilizing in some way in the beginning of February. What is storm and knowledge? Because it's showing up in more than one place here. But you're going to have victory over it. You're going through a frequency shift. What is the frequency shift? Let's bring this up further here. What is the frequency shift about? Celestial. Okay, let's figure out what that means. These ones are a deck I don't often use, but I am going to read from the book on this one. But I still really love the deck. I don't always use it. However, we are right into, okay, so let's look at storm. Again, this looks like you'll have to pass through a difficult time in your life. When things get tough, our vision, our understanding can often become clouded. The feeling of being alone in it all or feeling abandoned by spirit in our darkest hour can be overwhelming. But you are not alone at all. Hold on, hang in there. Eventually the storm passes. And that's exactly what it was telling you, finding some kind of flexibility in how you deal with things. Being creative, I'm telling you, being creative, guys, it's a huge way of dealing with solutions, a huge way to find a solution to problems. Look at things from different angles, different perspectives, A, B, C, backup plan. But either way, don't allow, you always have support somewhere. Just don't always see it in the immediate. But clouds will always part. The sun will make a way through once again. It is important to remember that whatever you're going through right now is for your highest learning and understanding. This card comes to you if you're having difficulty in a relationship with others. It's vital to remember that underneath anger is hurt. Forgiveness for yourself and others is a key to moving forward and healing this. This card also comes if you are experiencing any type of crisis, whether it's your daily life or within your inner being. Just know that this is happening to enable you to see what is not yet in alignment of your highest good and what no longer serves you. This is your opportunity to make any needed changes in your life, heal some very deep wounds from the past. Just know that you will survive this with your sanity intact. You'll be stronger, more understanding, more compassion with yourself and for others, and have faith in yourself. Faith that you can and will make it through this. So there is definitely something that's happening, but again, you're going to have victory over it. So don't fear. Somehow you figure this out, whatever this is that's coming in. And it looks like it's being supported with knowledge. So again, the storm card and the tower card brings out some kind of level of knowledge that's going to help you to impact and be successful. So again, knowledge is a gift that's meant to be shared with others. Most often, this card comes to those who are teachers or those who facilitate the transference of information to others in some way. The knowledge card is to reaffirm the understanding that you play an important role in bringing through information, teachings, higher learning to others. You help others to advance through what you have to share. This is a gift. If you've been doubting yourself or your abilities, then it's time to let that go. Trust yourself and what it is that you have to offer. As a tool of spirit, you are here to help raise the consciousness and the awareness of others on this planet. Oftentimes, it is those who are born to teach, exchange knowledge, who doubt that they have anything worthwhile to share. This is the very reason the knowledge card has come to you today. It is time to step out of your own way, let go of doubts or fears, it's about claiming you. You were born to take up space here. You were born to share what you have. Spirit is acknowledging this for you to help encourage you onward. Look carefully at the fractal image on the card. You will see an energy line coming straight from the top down into the crown chakra of the being. It then continues to flow through and out of the being. This represents your spirit, attempting to show you that what you have to teach comes directly from above, from the universe. It's intended to be delivered to and shared with the world. To doubt your knowledge is to doubt spirit. Trust what you have. Know that you can do this. You are to embrace being a teacher, the teacher you were born to be. Interesting. Okay, and you are also going through a frequency shift. And the frequency shift, give me 1 second here, guys. The frequency shift is about you're about to experience a shift in your frequency that prepares you for an upcoming event. Being ready, knowing what to expect, it's a transitional period. A frequency shift occurs when the soul is ready for the next part of its journey. However, it does not mean that our human consciousness is necessarily ready. The things that alter during this period can be difficult to endure, but you will make it through and you'll be much better for it. When this shift begins, we experience possibly a lower ebb emotionally, a feeling of needing to withdraw, which I did see in the cards here with the tarot. It's a need to step back from the world, you are left questioning things that you've done and what you're working toward up to this point in your life. But it may seem like your connection with spirit has been completely severed, but the guidance once received will be silent. Everything gets shut down so that you can hone in on a particular area and do this overhaul. So basically it says once complete, your connection will be stronger than ever. And you'll also know that you have a new team of guides working with you because you've moved on to the next level. So you are now focused, you will be shifting into focusing on your purpose, and you'll be doing the work of spirit more than ever before. So you are about to make a big transition into being something of a teacher or something more that's aligned with your sense of purpose. And again, I see that probably more so for February, but you are definitely on the precipice of big changes. Oh, sorry, and I missed one more card. Celestial. Okay, last card out is Celestial. So this one speaks to divine energies assisting you. So perhaps you have been struggling to understand exactly what your purpose or soul, this seems to be a running theme here, or what your purpose is, if you hold any special gifts or qualities. And indeed you do. You are uniquely gifted in your own special way. So this is basically telling you you have support of celestial beings, love, support. So they're here to ease your sense of doubt and worry. Most people find their purpose almost as if by accident. So it is the act of struggle and effort itself which reveals to us our strengths and gifts. Each unique aspect of you and your life path is revealed in divine time. So a lot of the things that you've been dealing with, that you've been struggling with, that's actually a key indicator of the things that you value and what's important to you. And what you had struggles with is oftentimes where you will end up trying to make a difference in the world. So it is the movement forward that matters most here. You might make a discovery about yourself in a way that you least expect. The entire universe is supporting you at this time. Don't give up on yourself. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are just about to be on your path, the path that you were meant to be on, and doing exactly what you should be doing, and where it should. Sorry. You are on the path you are meant to be on, and doing exactly what you should be, to take to where you need to go. There you go. Keep moving forward, guys. That's what I have for you, Cancer. It looks like February is deep transition. You are doing big work. And as of March, I see there's going to be some kind of significant change, and it looks like a life purpose path is going to be opening up to you. That is exciting. Keep moving forward.